grisly, sick, perverse, and was attacked by churches and banned by governments. Audiences worldwide were horrified and stunned. It set a new standard in horror movies forever. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a 1974 American horror movie, written and directed by Tobe. The film follows a group of young friends traveling to a farmhouse in Texas, who become victimized by a family of cannibals. Interestingly, the word cannibal is never used in the film, but it is inferred. The film was produced for less than $140,000, a budget which forced director Tobe to film for long hours, 7 days a week, to reduce the expensive equipment rental costs. Hooper said he wanted to break the rules in horror films, be shocking and daring. Even the title of the film is Renegade. It goes for the throat. Hooper wanted to make a film that was truly scary, psychological and terrifying, something he felt other movies were missing at the time. Even though the film was banned in several countries, it was highly profitable, grossing over $30 million in the United States alone. Today that's equivalent to about $150 million. Over 16.5 million tickets were sold in 1974. Today, this film is considered to be one of the best and most influential horror films of all time. It's credited with originating several elements common in the slasher genre, such as power tools used as murder weapons by physically large masked killers. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre remains unequaled as a landmark of outlaw filmmaking, and perhaps is the most frightening, suspenseful, terrifying motion picture ever made. So things we liked about this film. This movie is a masterpiece. You have to acknowledge that right off the bat. This came out in 1974. There was really nothing else like this. This was a groundbreaking film.
And unlike a lot of films, especially old movies, especially old horror movies, it holds up. The reveal is the main thing. There's no music that's leading up to it. Yeah, there's no big bang. There's nothing to indicate that it's it's a jump scare, other than the fact that Leatherface just comes out of nowhere without warning. You see this huge guy wearing an apron and a skin mask beat one of the main characters with a hammer and kill him.
Yeah,
just like that. And he was mimicking a pig or something.
The actor Gunnar Hansen, who plays Leatherface, he said from studying for this role, he actually went to a facility with retarded people and would study them and watch how they move and interacted, and that became his source of inspiration for Leatherface.
And he said that either he believed or he was told that by the end of his time there, he walked from one end of campus to another, and you couldn't tell the difference between him and one of the people that were supposed to be there.
Oh man, you gotta love that. All right, another plus in this film, another great thing about this film.
Subverting expectations in general, like we mentioned the Leatherface scene, but also when the main character goes upstairs and she finds Grandma and Grandpa mummified and somehow still alive, just sitting there in the attic. It's like they're propped up there, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, you can see the Leatherface family. They're family oriented. It's kind of like a family film when you think about it.
That's true.
Yeah, they still have Mom preserved up there, or I guess their grandma, and the guy who runs the gas station. His sons are the killers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
they got a family business going on. They all contribute. I mean, besides Grandma and Grandpa, because they're old. Yeah. Leatherface and the other...
But they might have Social Security checks still coming in.
Maybe. Leatherface and the other son obviously get the victims for their dad, who runs the gas station / barbecue joint. It's clear what meat they use. They use people meat.
And I like how they show respect for Grandpa. They give him the hammer.
They let him cut the meal.
Yeah.
Kill it. Or whatever.
And... What was that thing they say? They drop that little piece of information in the film that in 5 minutes one day or 20 minutes he killed 60 people. Grandpa back in his day. They don't really go into detail about that. So that might be a whole other Grandpa Leatherface movie they need to make in the future.
A prequel.
Yeah, absolutely. The actors.
The actors are great in this film. Even the annoying brother in the wheelchair, is whining, and I don't know, something likable. I enjoyed it. And a Leatherface dad, he was great in this film. I don't know the actor's name, but he was great and is trying to comfort the girl who goes into the...
Because he doesn't like killing.
Yeah, he doesn't like killing.
He just likes cooking.
But she keeps peeking around the corner to see what's going on,
It was funny. He would leave the room and come back over and over.
That's right. And the overall, just the look of the film, it really, it's kind of dark and gritty and
grainy,
looks,
dirty.
Got that 70s dirty look to it, and really adds to the whole atmosphere and everything. It's just, the pacing of the film is really good. And wasn't that a great scene?
Yeah.
The dancing and that, I don't know, like Bill Cosby shows up to save the day.
Bernie Mac. He comes out, and as soon as he sees Leatherface, he starts running the other direction.
Come on, everybody loves that scene.
You said you saw it in theaters, and
I saw this, and it was a midnight showing in 1986. And that scene, everybody in the theater was cracking up. The place just, was roaring. It was hilarious.
And even with that, it's not a funny movie. I mean, there's funny parts depending on the type of person you are. Yeah. You can find certain parts humorous, but it's a good horror movie. It doesn't ruin it with comedy or anything.
No, not at all. This, very direct and in your face. This film.
Yeah.
Pulls no punches, but it's not very graphic.
I don't think it's very distasteful at all, even with a name like Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Gosh, what a title.
One more thing, the chase scene itself. How long did that go on for? It was it felt like an hour, but not in a bad way.
The chase scenes, that was such a
really
classic.
Cool. Really cool.
Her screaming, and what a great job. She did, the screaming. It really seemed like she was scared.
Yeah.
It had to be scary having Gunnar Hansen, with that mask on. I don't care if it's a movie. That guy's chasing you with a chainsaw.
Through dark
And he never seems like he gets tired. He just keeps running. He's keeping up with... My gosh.
I mean, props to him. He deserved that kill.
Oh, my gosh.
Didn't he?
Yeah. And he wasn't the first choice. That actor wasn't the first choice as a Leatherface. Yeah. Somebody else was the first choice.
Would they get drunk the night before and not wake up for the whole...
didn't show up, and they called up Gunnar, and they're like, hey, you want to come in?
Yeah.
It's like, I'll be there. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Those chase scenes are awesome.
The bad things, the negatives.
The negatives. I don't think there are really a whole lot of negatives with this film. I love this movie. I think this movie is... it's one of the greatest horror films ever made, without a doubt.
Definitely.
Hold it! There was one bad thing about this film.
What is it, Monster Picker?
It was the lead, Marilyn. Beautiful, sexy Marilyn with her beautiful eyes. We never see her without her shirt on.
You can't say that, Monster Picker!
Her face never shows and takes off her shirt so we can see her great big tits. I want to see tits!
Well, that was interesting.
Well, I can't say I really disagree with him. I mean, it would have been nice.
Just kidding.
I'm not.
So what else?
I can't think of any other... There was nothing wrong with this film. This film was really perfect.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done different.
Yeah. So, on the 1 to 5 scale, I give this one a solid 5 skulls. I think it's a classic. It's a masterpiece, and it opened the door and was like a model for other horror films in the future. People are going to be referencing this film forever.
Definitely. The effects were great. The acting was great. The story was great. Excuse me. And yeah, the kills were creative and cool. The scenery was perfect. It was the perfect setting. Out in the wilderness, the house with all the weird animal bones and people bones and dead animals just hanging places. It was strange. It was perfect. It was what you'd expect to see from a family like that.
Yeah, this horrible cannibal family.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, great job.
Yeah.
5 skulls, definitely recommend. If you haven't watched it, Don't watch it once. Watch it twice. Watch it 3 times. Show it to your friends.
Watch it with a loved one.
Yeah, show it
to grandma and grandpa in the attic.
I picked this up, I don't know, I guess about 5-6 years ago. And wow, let me tell you, watching it on this is the Dark Sky Films release. And it's the 2-disc Ultimate Edition. Restored, remastered, the quality, the picture was excellent. So the 5.1 surround soundtracks and everything. This is just classic. It's got, interviews and they talk about the film. We haven't watched everything on here yet, but definitely going to check out all the documentaries. It's got the trailers. It's got the audio trailers, spots. So classic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can has the actors talking about the film and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
For the fans.
Absolutely. Cool stuff. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed the review. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click like and
Subscribe.
yeah, why not? Subscribe
The
to
notification bell helps as well.
channel. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for watching.